speak on this topic? I believe that's right.
I'm sorry?
Would you like to speak on this topic? You signed up to speak, and I believe you were talking about the 19th Street.
Yes,
I
that's
think-
correct.
And that's what we're talking about here. Is this where you'd like to speak?
It is.
Well, feel free to come up and speak then.
So, the only thing I really wanted to, I just wanted to voice my concern because I do have the direct neighboring property to the south of that piece of property. And I just wanted to reiterate my concerns about drainage issues, and I don't know what you're gonna allow them to build there or not build it, when they discussed putting in, an alley. And so I already have drainage issues there, just because that's the natural flow of the water. When we do have water, there's already soil erosion when we do have a lot of rain or when that, osmosis plant releases water and it comes down. And I know those are things that are, it's just I have to deal with, and that's fine. I just don't wanna do anything or see them do anything that's going to acerbate that.
Good.
And cause any more erosion or excessive, drainage on my property. I just wanted to voice that concern.
Great. Thank you, Ms. Rose. Appreciate it. Okay, council, what say you? I think we've looked at this. It's back from, well, I guess it's not back from P and Z. But we have, Mr. Elias Troy has made a request that we override that recommendation from planning and zoning, and now we have it before us.
Well, I've done, actually, that's one probably has given me quite a bit of heartburn. I wanted to make sure we did this right for everybody involved. I've had, we went to the P and Z meeting. Of course, they didn't vote on anything because was no changes given to them. Most of their concerns that I talked to several of them, talked to Ms. Rhodes this morning. Most of their biggest concerns at first was the multifamily, after I totally reassured them that was no way that could possibly happen. One, they didn't ask for a rezoning, can't happen. Most of them were completely fine. I've talked several times. I'll let Jeff, if he doesn't mind, just kind of talking to us about the alley issue. Kind of from my understanding is that we're not gonna stop anything that's happening now, but nothing that we would including the building of the alley would cause a stop of the natural flow or cause a buildup or an excess. In other words, we're not gonna make the problem worse, but there's something we can do to make it better. So Jeff, can you kind of explain that alley thing for us?
The alley was brought up for me for bringing utilities up behind the lady's house, up through the property. If we don't do the alley, then the utilities have to be brought up Southwest B Street. I figured that would be a bigger hindrance than it would coming up through the back of that property. There will be a little more runoff, you know, we build a house, driveway that will cause some more runoff. How much, we don't know.
But it won't stop, or it won't cause like the natural flow of the
No.
water to stop or start forming somewhere else.
No, I don't believe so. The
We can try to
entrance
do
of the
that.
alley will be raised just like a person's driveway,
Okay,
you know, to the same height as the curb to keep the water from flowing in there.
so, cause like I said, we don't wanna, I understand her concern. She can't stop what's happening now, but their concern was we don't want something to dam that up to cause that to move and actually go right down the middle of her yard or something like that. So basically, all precaution as much as possible will be taken not to disturb the natural flow of water as it is now, except for the excess that will get off of rooftops and
Yes,
stuff.
ma'am.
Okay, anybody else have any? Thank you, Jeff. I've looked at this many times, like I said, I've talked several times. I don't see, that anything, him dividing, and most of them had no problem with him really dividing the plots because, it was more, like I said, the concern is what's gonna happen, gonna cause, well, hers would probably the alley more than anything. I didn't see that it was gonna cause any problems. I didn't see we had any really legitimate reasons not to let him divide his property. I didn't see that it was gonna cause a problem. His plans would fit in with the, neighborhood quite well. So I personally don't see that we have a legitimate reason not to let him divide up his properties, and we will do everything we can to make sure we don't cause a bigger problem for you. That's my suggestion. As somebody that has done a lot of talking about this. Anybody else have anything? Any questions?
I agree with Michelle on this. I don't think we've got any legitimate reason not to approve it. I think we need to go ahead and let them build.
So I guess I would need to just make
In a form of motion.
form of motion that we would appeal the planning
I
and
mean,
zoning.
You would actually, overturn the
Overturn
recommendation.
this, or appeal it, okay, we'd overturn their decision and allow that to be platted as shown,
And just approve the plat.
approve the plat.
Yes, ma'am.
Motion by
Okay.
Ms. Powers to, what did she just said?
I'll second.
Mr. Glass has a second. Do we have any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
And thank you very much for coming in and talking with us,
Thank you.
and hopefully will not cause a bigger problem.